So today we're here with
Shayna Phillips.
Shayna. Where did you attend high school?
I went to Effingham High School
What year did you graduate?
in 2016.
Did you play any sports in high school?
Yes, I did cross country, basketball, and track.
So as far as sports in high school, who did you compete with and who did you compete against?
I competed in the 800 primarily, and then the 4x8 and 400. So a lot of mid-distance events. I'm trying to think of who all I competed against, and it's kind of hard to remember looking back. Megan Schaefer was one of the biggest competitors I ran against in the 800. She went to Mattoon, so I always remember going up against her. And then later she actually went on to run at Lewis, and we kind of were conference rivals there as well. So.
College-wise, you were telling me you're running track there.
Yes.
What as far as who recruited you to go there?
I was recruited by Michael Mendez. He was the head coach at the time. So. Yeah.
What's your college experience been like for you?
It has been a whirlwind. My freshman year was a big challenge, kind of adjusting from being on a track team that I loved and going to all new people. However, I think after a couple years there, I absolutely loved it. My teammates became my family, and it really was everything I depended on. You know, I loved going to practice every day and going to meets, and so it was something I really became to love, and it was just a big lifestyle for me.
So now, well, I want to talk to you about, first of all, you were the runner-up at the state queen pageant for the Effingham County.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
So I was second runner-up my first year running, so that's that kind of a journey that I went on. I ran 3 times before I actually won the pageant at our county level, and for me that was just like a learning experience. It was something that I was like, wow, maybe this is something I could actually really do good at, and maybe I could actually win in the future, and that was kind of eye-opening for me. It also allowed me to see what the queen really does and kind of see what all that entails as a job for the queen.
Talk about the process of preparing for a pageant.
Oh gosh. There's a lot of preparation that goes into preparing for a pageant. Specifically for me, I had to do a lot of walking around in heels and working on just like not falling over. That was something that I had to do a lot of. Along with that, just a lot of practice interview questions and a lot of mock interviews that you would have with the judges and thinking of different ways to answer pop questions and things like that. So I know like driving home from school, like to and from college, I would always have note cards of interview questions that I would just like practice in case I ever got asked them, and that was a big help for preparing me.
Besides being on the pageant court, what other props do you get the opportunity to have?
Besides being Miss Effingham County Fair Queen, I am able to go to a lot of events. The Fair Board does an amazing job of just like welcoming me into the community. There's a lot of food vendors that'll give me nice food when I'm at the fair, which is nice. You get great seats and kind of front row view to everything that's going on at the fair. And it's just an awesome opportunity to see everything that goes on and is involved.
When did you decide you wanted to run for Fair Queen?
I decided I wanted to run for Fair Queen, I believe after my freshman year of college. It's kind of, I'm trying to look back. I'd always gone and watched some other friends run, and so then finally they kind of just convinced me to give it a try, and it worked.
What is your favorite part of the fair?
My favorite part of the fair, oh gosh, probably the horse races, just because Effingham County is one of the only counties in the fair that is now able to fund horse races every single day, and that's something so unique to us, and that's definitely something I look forward to going to every single day.
Kind of talking about that Friday night, the big concert night. What did you think of the sold-out concert by Josh Turner?
That was incredible. I've never seen so many people at our fairgrounds, and it's interesting to see all the different crowds that are able to come in just with the concert and then the derby the next day and things, just to see how many people are able to come out and support our county fair. Like, it was huge, so I was very impressed.
I was happy I was able to meet him after the show.
Yes.
Did you get to meet him, and what was that like?
Yeah, so I actually got to meet him very first with my junior Miss Hallie. We were standing in line to meet him before the show started, and this first time I ever met a celebrity, really, and so I hurried in there. I was so excited, and we got our autograph, and we took a picture, and we ran out because we were so nervous. I think we were maybe in there for a minute or two because it was just so exciting, and we were freaking out, and then we just left, and we were like, oh my gosh, that was over. That was it. And so it was cool. It was a cool experience. He probably thought we were a little crazy, but yeah.
Is there any obstacles in being on the court?
I would say the biggest obstacle is just being comfortable with yourself on stage and working on stage presence. It's a little nerve-wracking to go out there knowing that so many other people are watching you, but just to be confident and just kind of tell yourself, no matter what, you know, you are you and you are a queen regardless, and so that's something that I really had to work on.
What is something a lot of people don't know about you?
Gosh, something a lot of people don't know about me. Okay, one thing people don't know about me is that I have a little baby tooth. And this isn't something, I'm not going to tell you which tooth it is, but it's something that I used to be really self-conscious of. I'm like, oh my gosh. But being in the pageant has made me like, oh, you know, it's kind of fun to have something different about your look and your style. So,
Talk about some of your biggest role models.
some of my biggest role models are definitely my parents, because they've really supported me through everything that I've done in life, and they've been there to kind of push me and lead me in all directions. So I would say just my parents, and then also one of my coaches from college, Hannah. She's been a huge inspiration on like boosting my confidence and just telling me how much I can do if I really believe in that.
So now, obviously, with school being postponed and canceled, what are your current occupation?
So currently I am covering for a teacher off on maternity leave. It's a little different since there is only e-learning, so I haven't actually met the students, but I am doing that right now and just helping these high schoolers get through their final semester of school. And then in the fall, I will be teaching 7th grade at Effingham Junior High.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any advice you would like to give to a youth girl who is wanting to be competing in the pageant?
I would say just give it a shot. You never know what you're going to get out of it, and it can be, sometimes you think it might be discouraging if you don't do good, and I understand that, but it is the best experience ever. You will meet so many incredible friends through doing this. You'll have a bigger appreciation, I think, for your community, and it really just teaches you a lot about yourself and who you are and what to be.
Describe how you think the Effingham County Fair Board has done to make this Effingham County Fair such a big time experience for people.
Yeah, going as queen, I've been able to go to other counties as visiting royalty, and I've really seen the difference between the impact that all the hard work that our county fair board members put into our fair. We have by far one of the best fairs in the entire state, and I know I sound so biased in saying that, but it really is true. We have an amazing fair. We have amazing facilities, and a lot of that is due to our sponsors and all of the sponsorships and the money that is put forward from our community, but it really pays off, and I think everyone that comes to the fair has an amazing experience, and whether that's just to go get food or whether that's to ride rides or go to some of the grandstand events, there's literally something for everyone.
Compare the state fair from the Effingham County Fair. What is such a difference in each one that you just like, wow, this is so cool?
I'd say the biggest difference is just it's so much more large. It's, you know, big scale, and so you take our county fair, and then you might even take some other smaller county fairs, and the scale just keeps getting bigger and bigger until you go to the state fair, and you've just got huge celebrities performing. You've got amazing huge selection of rides and food and music, and just keeps growing. And so it's cool to see how the 4-H people and the horse riders and the vendors are able to kind of go up to the state fair and really bring their best.
What did it mean to have Greg Sapp mention your name on the court?
That was amazing. I love Greg Sapp, and so it's always nice, you know, after walking off the stage, I'm always able to just like look at him and smile, and he's always nice and reassuring, like, hey, you did good.
So Shayna, is there anything else you'd like to add from your high school to your college to your pageant days and what you're currently doing now?
Not at the moment. I'm just looking forward to seeing what this next journey takes, and I hope that this summer life will continue on, and that we will be able to continue going to the fair. Fingers crossed, and I pray for all of those county fairs that have been canceled so far, because those are a huge part of our community, and so I'm just hoping for the best in the future.
Shayna, I appreciate your positivity. I appreciate your time talking with me, and good luck with your career.
Thank you.